Part 1. Testimonies. Chapter 1. The Distraction. Why is it Joshua and his army chose to encompass the walls of Jericho with a marching band, a strange object, the Ark of the Covenant, and 7 priests blowing on ram's horns? What could be the reason for such confusion? And what possible explanation is there for this battle strategy? One possibility for a distraction like this, which also worked previously on the king of Jericho and his guards, is the opportunity for a surprise attack. Most ancient battles recorded in the Old Testament were won with a distraction, it being the simplest yet most effective method. In warfare, armies distract using fake targets to expose a flank or divert attention away from a specific weakness in the enemy's defences. However, the distraction used in the Battle of Jericho was one of mental turmoil, as Joshua's army encompassed the walls, blowing on ram's horns to get the enemy's full attention. The military definition of a distraction is drawing the enemy's attention away from a target for a flanking, hidden army to intercept or penetrate the enemy's defences when the time is right. In the Bible, this hidden army is an angelic army known as the Lord's host, led by the living God amongst the Israelites briefly mentioned in the introduction. In the next battle, the Battle of Ai, the Lord's host is the flanking army, which is curiously won using a similar distractive strategy. Therefore, when contemplating the use of this kind of strategy in the Battle of Jericho, it is important to realise that, while not only being of strategic importance for such a challenge, a diversion was used in another battle of the book of Joshua. The Battle of Ai is a perfect example of a diversion, where the enemy is drawn out from its settlement, exposing it to an attack from the side. Joshua and the Israelites are the diversion, faking their retreat to lure the soldiers out of the city. Joshua then signals the Lord's host with a spear, whereupon they make a flank attack and capture the city. And I, and all the people that are with me, will approach unto the city, and it shall come to pass, when they come out against us, as at the first, that we will flee before them. And they will come out after us, till we have drawn them from the city, for they will say, They flee before us, as at the first, so we will flee before them. And ye shall rise up from the ambush, and take possession of the city, for the Lord your God will deliver it into your hand. Joshua 8, 5-7. And there was not a man left in Ai or Beth-el that went not out after Israel, and they left the city open, and pursued after Israel. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Stretch out thy javelin that is in thy hand toward Ai, for I will give it into thy hand. And Joshua stretched out the javelin that was in his hand toward the city. And the ambush arose quickly out of their place, and they ran as soon as he had stretched out his hand, and entered into the city, and took it, and they hastened, and set the city on fire. Joshua 8, 17-19. Joshua's army is a diversion in this case, and it is this diversion that allows them to prevail. However, the capture of Jericho would prove to be a more challenging victory. The enemy was conscious of an ambush, because they were previously informed of an infiltration by 2 spies and pursued them out of the city. Because of this, the enemy was not likely to be deceived using the same method as that used at Ai, where the troops were drawn out of their stronghold and a flank attack was made. Also, the city was renowned for its enormous defensive wall, making it very difficult to penetrate even with a flank attack. For this reason, the capture of Jericho required a more unusual and unanticipated strategy. With 40,000 troops encompassing the walls of Jericho, echoing the alarm of war with ram's horns, loud enough for every inhabitant to hear, Joshua and his army had everyone's attention, and there was little choice other than to concentrate on this potential threat. Having no idea when or if the attack would take place, or where exactly Joshua's army would attempt to commence the battle, this strategy not only distracts the people of Jericho, but also places them in total disarray. Another distractive strategy is used in the battle in the wilderness of Tekoa, where, astonishingly, the Lord's army, led by Jehoshaphat, are informed they will not need to fight to be victorious. Ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Lord is with you. 2 Chronicles 20:17. Winning a battle without having to fight almost sounds too good to be true. So how was this miraculous victory achieved? How could remaining stationary without the intention of engaging the enemy win a battle? It is a diversion again. And when he had taken counsel with the people, he appointed them that should sing unto the Lord, and praise in the beauty of holiness, as they went out before the army, and say, Give thanks unto the Lord, for his mercy endureth forever. And when they began to sing and to praise, the Lord set liers in wait against the children of Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, that were come against Judah, and they were smitten. 2 Chronicles 20:21-22. God's grace was bestowed upon the respectful army so much so that they did not need to fight to win. A simple shout of praise was enough to subdue the enemy. Jehoshaphat's army was singing songs to inspire morale amongst the troops and distract the enemy prior to an attack. Little did the enemy know, but the battle had already begun, and this was all part of Jehoshaphat's strategy, as a flank attack was already underway. It was death by entertainment, used to this day. Jehoshaphat's army was preparing for war whilst distracting the unfaithful, and because they had a just cause, when they required God's help, he was also just, ensuring all Judah's and Jerusalem's enemies were destroyed.